off those air ballast tanks. Watch this happen. There goes the air. A little bit of water spraying up there. And the sub will drop to decks awash, but no deeper than that. We want to be sure that sub floats. At the top of the mast, little antenna, that's a VHF radio antenna. And those two little black cylinders halfway up the mast. Those are the... Okay. Oh yeah. You remember that part from before, right? Yeah, from before. There go those vertical thrusters pushing water up, forcing the sub down. All you physicists know, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. We're talking Newtonian physics here, not special relativity. No. Forcing that sub down, but kinetic energy is a little slow to get going. Down goes that mast under that, yep, under the water. There goes the little antenna. And they will switch over to VHF, from the VHF radio to underwater sonar-based communication device.
Band surgeon fish. The orange band on their side. They got sharp blades by their tail. Sharp as a surgeon's scalpel. The starboard side, what looks like a bunch of trees. That's halibut algae. If you look real close at the algae, you're going to notice white flakes that form in the leaves.
Where'd the anchor come
From the whaling ships back in LaHaina Harbor. Yeah, about 100 years old. They've been down here. Yeah, pretty well. You guys look real close to this algae. Notice white flakes that form in leaves. The algae calcifies. The calcium falls off. One of the best Hawaiian names of all. Humu humu le'akole. So humu humu means triggerfish. Le means flower. Akole means butt. Triggerfish with a flower butt. Pretty sweet name. Terrified of coconuts. The falling coconuts kill 20% more people than shark bites around the world. Nobody's made a movie on falling coconuts, so everybody's not freaked out about them. I bet 90% of you guys think Jaws, as far as scared of sharks. Hey guys, you don't have to be worried about the sharks here in Hawaii. They did a study on every type of shark we have here throughout our islands. None of them are bait eaters. Not at all. Every single one of them actually prefer women and children. I love that stuff. Can't blame them. All more tender and sweet. Hey guys, see this two-toned colored fish right here? It's got the dark head and the lighter back half.
Yeah.
That's a female red-lipped parrotfish. The male is larger and he's purple and green. There's another female here. The Hawaiian name for that parrotfish is Uus have a big parrot. What they do is they bite chunks off of the coral and chew it up and swallow it. They digest the coral polyps, which are the tiny animals that create all the coral. Also the algae that goes on the outside. They can't digest the calcium part of the coral that the polyp makes. Hard stuff we see. That comes out the other end of that fish's sand. One adult uhu will produce 700 pounds of sand a year. The world's largest uhu creates 1 ton of sand a year. That's 2,000 pounds of sand coming out of the rear of one fish a year from eating coral. So when you guys are at the beaches and making sand castles, play uhu doo doo. Oh, I love this laugh at you. There you go. Hey, do you guys see those long skinny fish?
Yeah.
Those long skinny ones? Those are the trumpet fish. The trumpet fish. Yeah, that's where you get the fish sticks here in Hawaii. How do you guys like fish sticks? There you go, right there. Trumpet fish. It's in the white trim inside the ship. Looks like you can use a bath soon. Oh, good question. You notice the mast is still standing when we sank it? They stood up down here about 5.5 years before they brought it over and fell over. The masts were wooden. This is all a steel bolt. Yeah, so the mast rotted away and fell over. Yeah, the bottom of the ship's in 96 feet of water. dive this wreck for like 25-30 minutes. Where I started doing long decompression stops. It's an awesome dive. Sit down inside the cargo hold and wrestle the sharks. A lot of the Hawaiian sergeant fish. They got the black vertical stripes, the blue and yellow tip to them. They're endemic as well. You gotta find them here. We got a little yellow fish here at the stern. With a black face and a long pointy nose. That's a long-nosed butterfly fish. The Hawaiian name for that fish, La Willy Willy Nukunukuwaiwai. It's a little fish with a big name. It means a little fish with a long nose looks like the Willy Willy leaf. La Willy Willy Nukunukuwaiwai. Yeah, is that porcupine pufferfish there? It's very toxic. Tetrodotoxins inside that fish is 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide. There's enough poison in one fish to kill 30 people. That's why it's legal to serve here. If anybody's ever been in Japan, they serve it there. It's called fugu. Even though I have quite a few people die each year from eating it. It takes a chef a couple years to be trained to prepare it right. When it's prepared right, you take a bite. Your mouth gets a numbing, tingling sensation. You get kind of a head buzz. And that's why they do it. It's very expensive. But those are the toxins in that fish that are trying to kill you. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
Your friend invites you over for a fugu dinner and they're not your friends. Remember that. Those jacks, these bluefin trevally, they love the goatfish. These goatfish actually just moved here about 7 months ago. Wasn't the same one here, not that. This reef's been getting larger and larger over the years. This was a floating whaling museum in LaHaina Harbor for 25 years. You actually pay $1 or $2 and walk around the ship and see what kind of tools the whalers used. But the maintenance guys were sleeping on the job. They didn't take care of the hull. The bottom of the hull started to rust and slowly started to sink in the slip. So the Coast Guard condemned it. And they put it up for sale. Not too many people want to buy a sinking ship. Atlantis is interested. So Atlantis bought the 120-foot 2-mast schooner. $1.04.
Nice.
Crazy, huh? Couldn't get it from the sales tax. Even though Atlantis bought it for $1, it cost about $300,000 to sink it right here. All the permits, the taxes, environmental impact statements, bribes. The survey couldn't pick this location to sink it. Some of the money went to stripping the entire ship of anything to be harmful to fish. Let it be squeaky clean. Guys, the hardest people for Atlantis to convince to let him sink it right here were the cave people. You guys know who the cave people are? C-A-V-E. No? Everybody has them in their town. They're the citizens against virtually everything. They came out from hiding and said, you're here, you have living fish. You live here your entire lives. There's the male uhu, you guys, the purple and green. That's the male parrotfish. Swimming off. Those uhus are actually very good eating. I recommend it.
Oh yeah, eel.
Another cool thing about the uhus is at nighttime, they find a little cubby. They create kind of a mucus cocoon around their body so predators can't smell them while they try to rest. You can dive down at nighttime, you shine your light right in its face, wave your head in front of it, it will not move. As soon as you touch the cocoon, it takes off. You can actually dive down at nighttime. You put your bag right in front of its face and tickle its tail, it swims right in your bag. It's highly illegal if you get caught. It's a good eating fish though. So I've been told. Sticking with that. Just at 100 feet, each viewport that we're looking through feels the pressure of a full-grown African elephant sitting on it. Past viewport's much larger. Feels the pressure of 2 Greyhound buses at 100 feet, 45 pounds per square inch. That's why I use that acrylic plastic. It holds up and sucks in and out under pressure. When you put 10 inches of glass in these things, they shatter instantly. That's number 1. That part was, pressure's real though. We have all this stuff. Yeah, it's loud and clear. Okay. Loud and clear as well.
6, 7 half is phone, all return.
6 is that.